How's it going, everyone? King Blacktooth here. So Nilfgaard is not out yet, which is the perfect time to play some more Gwent. So before the closed beta begun, I was asked what my most underrated card was that I thought was going to be more powerful than a lot of people thought, and I chose Dimeritium Bomb. And I think in the first patch of closed beta, I was verified on that. I thought it was a great card. There were other cards that were really good, like Philippa and stuff like that, but Dimeritium Bomb I felt to be a really good card during the first phase of the closed beta. Now, there's a lot of cards being introduced that are new and different balances and gameplay changes and mechanics now. So Dimeritium Bomb is not as good. We've got Poor Infantry with the mushrooms. So, you know, Dimeritium Bomb doesn't work. It affects golds, even your own, like Madman Lugos, so that doesn't work. Hjalmar's extra. So really, it's, you know, fell by the wayside. And I was asked what my favourite card is now that I feel is underrated. And I'm going to have to say it's Bekker's Twisted Mirror. I was able to reveal this to you, and I'm so glad because it's really one of my most underrated and satisfying and really powerful cards. Situational, but, you know, I love it. So for those that don't know, Bekker's Twisted Mirror is a gold special card. I think it's one of our 3 that we've got in the game. And what it does is when you play it, it switches the strength of the lowest strength unit on the board with the highest strength unit on the board. They swap strengths. Now, this can be anywhere on the board. It could be 2 of your units, 2 of the opponent's units, or possibly from yours to your opponent's side. But it switches the lowest strength and the highest strength units' strength around. What's really impressive about this is, say they had a 20 strength unit, and I've got a 1 strength unit. It will change it, right? So he'll get 1 and I'll get 20. That's a difference of 19, but it's not. Because it's a difference of 19 times 2. He's going down by 19 and I'm going up by 19. So it's actually 38 strength difference, which is a huge swing in strength. It's really, really, really good. Obviously, the situational bit is that they need to have a high strength unit. If you have the high strength unit on the board and you just switch them, then for the majority of the time, it's not really worth it. There's no reason to switch strength on your own side or the opponent's side. There could be some reasons. I've had one where switching it from the K-Run to something else, but then Dimeritium shackling the K-Run meant that I had 2 units of massively high strength, which was great. We'll get onto that. I'll show you an example of that. But other situational things, you have to have the lowest strength unit on the board. If it's contested, if there's a lot of 1 strength units on both sides of the board, it becomes random, which is devastating. You don't want to give that strength to the opponent. It's just... So there's kind of a discouragement from buffing units with green strength now. Not many people do. Dwarves do and consume monsters, but they kind of get hurt by other things. But it can be hard to make sure they've got the highest strength, especially if you're playing against Scoia'tael, which generally have low strength. 6 strength is probably the highest they will have. Maybe 8 for something like Milva. You know, and Northern Realms, they've got loads of low strength, 3 strength, 4 strength things. So it can be difficult, but that's where Swallow Potions come in with some really weird, wacky strategies. But I really like it, and it's just, well, you know, if it fits into an archetype that you don't really see very often, and no one really uses it, so it's really underrated, and the power swing is just immense. So I'm going to show you a deck which I built which uses it. You do have to build a deck around Bekker's Twisted Mirror. So here's the deck that I built for specifically Bekker's Twisted Mirror. Now, Scoia'tael are an excellent choice for Bekker's Twisted Mirror. They've got a lot of low strength units, you know, which would really benefit from this. You can guarantee your opponent having the highest strength unit if you play Scoia'tael. They get nice card advantage, so it's really easy to kind of play as the last card. And they've got a lot of wounding, so they put down something that's 4 strength, you remove it. Put down something that's 8 strength, remove it. Just let them keep that 1 unit which is really, really high, and let them buff that unit as much as they want, and then just steal it. So works really well in Scoia'tael. Northern Realms, you could use this. Don't go for Redenian Elites, go for things which are 3 strength, medics, Reaver Scouts, Poor Infantry, these things. So you've got a relatively low strength board going on. Okay, I've chosen to go for monsters because it's an archetype which isn't played very much, and I wanted to see if it works. And I think it does work. It works reasonably well. I beat Poor Infantry with it. I beat Fireball Scoia'tael with it, you know, so it does work. It does lose as well. It's nowhere near top tier, but it can beat a lot of things. So just having a quick glance at this deck, it looks like a very Gels heavy deck, the one that sets everything to 6, the leader card. We've got some, you know, elementals and golems, which have pebble babies, which are 1 strength. We've got fire elemental with loads of 1 strength things. We've got Gaunter O'Dim with loads of 1 strength things as well. So it looks very much like Gel's, but it used to be. But a strategic decision decided to change it to Dagon. And here's why. So Gel's pretty much tells your opponent everything about your deck before you've even begun. Okay? They see Gel's, they know, okay, he's got loads of low strength stuff. I'm going to keep my Lacerates. I'm going to keep my Stammelfor's Tremors. I'm going to keep, Yennefer or Zoltan. I'm going to keep all these things. And we'll just wreck him. I'm going to keep my Geralt Igni because it's going to work really great. And they know what to wait for if you're taking Gel's. Gel's is very vulnerable. I mean, they'll lacerate before you use him, so he becomes useless. If you do use him, they'll Geralt Igni you, weather you, Dimerotine bomb you. He's not a good leader card at the moment. So we changed it to Dagon. Dagon hides your intentions of this particular deck. Okay, they look at Dagon, they don't think this is the deck that's coming. Now, Eredin does this too. Eredin hides your intentions, but Dagon doesn't just hide your intentions, it misleads your intentions. And when people see Dagon, they think you're going to go for a weather deck. They'll keep first lights in their hand, stuff like that. Okay, ready for the weather. But we don't really use much weather. We've got 1 Caranthea for Frost, and we've got Dagon, which can do an Aeromancy if he wants. So we don't use too much weather, so it's kind of a bluffing. Hopefully they'll weaken their hand with first lights and such. So let's have a little look at the cards that I've chosen. It's kind of a big mix of cards. It might not look like it gels too well, but there's a reason for everything. Well, most things. So first off, we've got Wild Hunt Riders. They're just generally good. They work well with the Thunderbolt Potion and Caranthea as well. It kind of all works together there. Now, the odd things are Golems, Earth Elemental, and Caranthea. Now, these guys work with the whole idea of getting 1 strength units on the board. But he doesn't fit with these because these are not immune to Frost. Now, the thing is, I really like him because it really, really helps with poor infantry. We don't have mushrooms in the deck, but Caranthea stops them from fall testing. It's not worth them doing so, so they won't do that. And then you can win the first round, and then you've got Dagon to try and win another round. So it becomes really, really, really good. Okay, hopefully they start wasting their first lights early because they see you're not really using weather. You start putting these guys down and they start using their first lights. But so it doesn't gel well, but these guys also beat fireball traps. Okay, I like to place these guys down when the opponent plays a fireball trap. They'll take a 1 strength hit, so the weather won't really matter anymore. No one wants to destroy these because they'll spawn 2 more and actually be more beneficial. So I really like these together. I mean, they do cause some conflicts, but you just try and use them. You won't be putting all of these down on the same turn. But if you need to use that for poor infantry or you think it's worth it, then generally you can take 5 or maybe 10 strength hit most of the time. We've got some Wyverns. Now, these are generally not used very much, but I really like them. No one expects to see monster wounding in such high numbers. They normally expect Wild Hunt Warrior or Lacerate or something. But Wyvern, they don't really expect. So I really like taking them. It surprises them. It gets rid of quite a reasonable amount of things for strength, which is really good. Use it for stuff like Elven Mercenaries, so they can't keep replaying them and stuff like that. The Vran is there because I'm a disciple of Vran. I needed something to stick there. I don't mind his nice bit of strength, but you could easily replace him with something else if you are not a disciple of Vran. Fire Elemental, good card, creates loads of 1 strength stuff ready for your Bekker's Twisted Mirror. But, will be removed. Maybe save them to round 2. They maybe bait some other wounding with these cards first before placing that down. It is always a risk. Obviously, they can just try and remove it. But if it does stay, then we've got a Thunderbolt that will be really useful. Gaunter O'Dim is a very good card in this deck. Very good card. He's worth 12 strength. He's 6 himself. He spawns 3 and they do 3 wounding. What I really like about him is that he works against fireball traps. They place a fireball trap, you place Gaunter O'Dim, he takes the hit, and then spawns a shadow which pings that fireball trap off the board, so they can't replay it. Anyone who tries to replay fireball traps, Gaunter O'Dim will stop that. Now, unfortunately, he is a silver, you've only got 1 decoy, so you can't do it forever, but he also produces some 1 strength minions, which Bekker's Twisted Mirror could target. Great. Caretaker's just a great card, generally always good. Less effective against Square Tau because their units are pretty low and not as interesting. But you could always, blue mounting commando and pick these guys back up or something and just spawn some pebble babies. Yennefer is a very important, amazing card to combo with Bekker's Twisted Mirror. So buffing, you know, your whole side of the board and the opponent's, it makes sense for you. You're going to have a lot of small units, 3 here. That'll create babies, that'll create babies, that'll create babies, he'll create babies, that'll create babies, he'll create babies. So it makes sense to buff everything. We don't mind buffing the opponent because we're going to steal his highest strength anyway. And what's the most important thing about her is that the unicorn or the Chironex, which she spawns, is guaranteed to be 1 strength in gold form. And no one's going to remove that. The worst thing that can happen is that it becomes collateral damage to things like Imlerith. Okay? So you guarantee yourself when using Yennefer a 1 strength in golden form. So if that's the only 1 strength on the board, it is guaranteed that Bekker's Twisted Mirror will put the strength onto that gold unit, which is really protected and really, really good. Okay, so an excellent card, just all around combos really nicely with this deck. We've got some clear skies. It might not sound like it, but we don't actually like weather, you know, unless we place it ourselves strategically. But also, you know, we can pull some things out. Swallow Potion's very important. You can use it on yourself. But if you're playing against Scoia'tael and you don't have Bekker's Twisted Mirror target, because most of their stuff is 6 strength or maybe 8 with Milva, a push, you know, they don't have high strength. So you may need to Bekker's Twisted Mirror the opponent. A very strange tactic, and they will start either thinking that you're giving up and they'll play loads of silly cards, which is not a legit tactic, making the opponent think you're giving up. Or they think something really weird's going on. It's pretty easy to see if you buff the opponent that Bekker's might come. I just think a lot of people are not used to seeing it yet, so they don't expect it. I've seen some people play really well when I buff them to play around Bekker's Twisted Mirror, which we'll see later. Thunderbolts, you know, good for a lot of these small minions. Maybe we could put another one of those in. Maybe take him out, but then we're running low on units. Maybe remove one of these and put one of them. Your discretion there. Lacerate, really good. You know, you want to remove the low strength stuff. If you've got any 1 strength, 2 strength, 3 strength things, make sure you remove them. You don't want any competition with the lowest strength on Bekker's Twisted Mirror. Also really good against Scoia'tael, who seem to like stack up on the like siege row, for example. So really, really like that. Decoy has a lot of decent targets. You can pick these up for more babies. You could pick that up for more wounding. You could pick that up to transfer it to another round, possibly. He's really good to pick up because he just spawns more stuff and does another 6 strength when you place him down. So really, really nice. And maybe you can pick up spies too. Now that might be a card which you could get rid of. You do want to steal the highest strength, but they might have like 2 highest strengths. Maybe you could get rid of that. There are some maybe silvers which could work. Commander's Horn might be one that I would replace. Just trying to go for high numbers yourself after you've Bekker's. But Last Wish, just good to try and get Bekker's, get Yennefer, get Gaunter, get Caretaker, these types of things. Because you will be like pulling these out of your deck and such. And Bekker's Twisted Mirror, again, is an amazing card. It's a round winner, basically. But don't forget, ties are resolved randomly, so it is situational. You've got to make sure they've got the highest strength. You've got the lowest strength with Yennefer or whatever. Yeah, it is difficult, you know. If it's competed, then it ties randomly. And sometimes you've got to throw it down and just hope, but sometimes it fails. But there are some really interesting plays which are very unusual with this card. Not just simply switching strengths. You'll see one of those in the gameplay to come. But don't forget, you know, you get the highest strength, you get the lowest strength. You subtract the lowest away from the highest and then double it. And that's how much swing of strength you get. So 20, take away the 1, that's 19. Times it by 2, that's 38. It's a swing of 38 when you use it. So really, really underrated, really, really good card in my opinion. So we're going to see some gameplay clips where I use Bekker's Twisted Mirror or this deck on a whole. But thanks for watching. Let me know. I'll put this deck onto Gwent database and in the description below if you want to look at it. Maybe change some things around yourself. But thanks for watching. Take care and see you again very soon. All test. That's not looking too good. He's got poor infantry. We're kind of a bit crappy.
I'm not afraid. the north to marry.
Wow, an early premium roach. Vernon roach. Not walnut whips? No. We don't feast on walnut whips forever. You might not believe it, but it's true. No, the shadows are not breedable. The monster nest doesn't work with them. But it is good to, like, keep picking up Gauntro Dim and placing them back down again. And it also allows that if they place a fireball trap, you can place Gauntro Dim, he'll take the shot, and then he'll destroy the fireball trap. Which is nice. Surprise him with a Vran Warrior. See if he hovers over it. He does! He's like, what the hell is that? Doesn't do anything. Apart from make you waste time. Ha! Easy. Think he's got poor infantry? Or not? I don't know. Geralt calls him Roach. I listened to it. So he called it Vernon Roach. Ran is too OP, you say? You know what a batch is. Why are you being a blunderbuss? Bran armor was the shit in The Witcher 2. Bran armor? There's nothing there! There really isn't much there at the minute. What's he doing? Is this the new meta they're going for? Only have those in your graveyard and just keep pulling them out all the time? He decoyed it. Unusual.
Troops, here now!
Are you certain? I do it differently.
Adrenaline rush? Nice! Nice one. Let's get a Bekker's Twisted Mirror somewhere. Yeah. We got cheesed. Is that right? If we get Bekker's Twisted Mirror, I'm feeling pretty good, but if not, then we're not feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good.
Sure, be glad to.
You alright, mate?
Troops, here now!
Yeah. Interesting.
Calm and
So if I buff that, then it was still good.
You crossed the wrong sorceress!
So that's a swing of 63, which is 126. Yeah. Are you ready? That unicorn about to get buff. Cheers. Thanks, mate. Yes. Oh, that's good. Unicorn got mad gains recently. Trying to BM, never get to use it. I know. Because either it's not useful or whatever. Okay, we need probably Caranthea. Yes! We probably need Ran Warrior. No, that's not Ran Warrior, but I'll take it. And we probably need... What else do I want? Caretaker would be great. Decoy would be alright. Badush. Oh, that's not bad. I was trying to guess. If I could do 3 in a row, then I truly had the heart of the cards. But I didn't get to. Oh, see ya. See ya. On the study side. New infantry meta cheese card. Rich fucking infantry. Creates an exact copy of this unit every turn. Alright. Still waiting for that mutagen. Here it is. Here it is.
Real art is.
That exponential growth is good. Okay. We maybe should have played that earlier. He's Priscilla-ing, okay. Igni, what do you reckon? Always a worry, isn't it? Yeah, if I lacerate him, that one goes to the graveyard and he just medics it out, and it'll be 7 and he'll get 2. And you don't want to ever remove these things. You want to always try and just keep them. So if I Yennefer +2, then I would lacerate. But I'm not going to because I like Bekker's Twisted Mirror and that. So I think he's going to get another 6, 7, 8 strength next turn. So I'm going to have to just stay ahead of the game. Put an 8 strength on this guy. We'll put an 8 strength on that guy. Stay ahead of the curve.
Let's show him what real
No Igni, you reckon?
is.
Go for it. Do this first. Right, we'll lacerate now. Because we're putting loads of crap into the graveyard, so it's going to be hard to get things out with a field medic now. Which is the whole purpose of this. Go for that frost. I mean, this is the time where he does want to use Voltest, but that'll get him a 4, 8, 12. No, wait, it'll get him 8 strength extra, which is not much. Wallet potion, basically. You better use it on that one, because then it's 6, 7, 8, 9. I think, but we need to save really these 3 things. So we'll probably do that. See what happens. Wow, 4 5s. Dangerous.
Not your lucky day.
Okay. Well, although I didn't really intend that, it's not bad. We baited that out. We can put a fog down. I think. They'll lose their buffs 2, 4, 6. So that will be drawn if he first lights. And he's wasting the first light for later. Alright. I think that's as far as I can go. To be honest. I'm willing to call that a draw. We baited that out. Exactly. Calculated. Yeah, but the thing with that is Wycliffe Siped. If he's only got 1 poor infantry and it's in the graveyard, then he didn't play properly. If you get to steal it out, you didn't play properly. Right, these are not too good. I mean, he just replaces units anyway, but...
I'm a medic. I tend to know what
Shani.
I'm doing
So you got
whenever
some
something.
11 strengths.
You can try to win them all, but you
Right,
won't.
so we're probably going to have to steal that then, aren't we? Need caretaker. Yeah, that would have been great, wouldn't it? That would have been amazing. Never before seen this deck before. So we're on a little bit of a back foot now. We can steal one of those 13s, and that's a difference of 24 strength. But he's still got another one, and but unfortunately, he's got no other really strong cards. So he'll probably pull out Priscilla at some point. Maybe
Are you
some more.
wounded again?
Things.
Well, how about a game of Gwent?
It gives me. Caranthea's looking pretty bad.
Don't recognize your old mates.
He hasn't used Foltest. No, he's going to use it on medics. Now, Caranthea is an issue. I'm going to lose 10 strength. I'll gain 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, I only gain 2 strength from Caranthea. Maybe it might bait him to Burst Light. Not sure. Got an issue there. I mean, if he lacerates, that's great. I think. Then I can get more units. Not going to do that.
Onward! Attack!
Oh, do I -2 or what? I think I would Chiron-X. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
If he's got Bloody Baron, it means he will have a 1 strengther on the board. And that's dangerous. But at the minute, we've got a difference of 20 strength, which is a lot at the moment. The ones, I know. We don't mind the ones. We've got to consider these things. It's hard decisions, you know. I look to chat.
I see you've thought about
Hope he gets
it.
something good. Right, did he get what he wanted? That's the question. We'll never know, but BAM! Right, he has to play, what was that, 8 strength? A 5, 6, 7? 7 strength. Bloody Baron would be enough because that's 8 by himself. Can't do it. You can't do it. God. Yes. Do I give the good... Alright, question. Do I give good game if I win? Yes, we do. What kind of deck is he playing? We don't know. Do we need Bekkers? Love Bekkers. I love a bit of Bekkers. Is Scorch going to be good, though? Probably not. I would say. That's better. Doesn't seem better, but it looks better. Most streamers get salty and never GG. BGs. Right, so he's playing that type of deck. We should have kept Scorch. Bollocks. Right. We'll go with... Wyverns. Well, we've got loads of low strength minions. You know, if they've got 2 equally strong units, we can Scorch one and steal the other one. Scorch works, no? And to be honest, I haven't got much removal. So Scorch on something which is really important, I think it's quite important. Oh, that non-committal. I believe, is that 21 strength? 4, 8, 12? Yeah, it is. Whoop, yeah, it is. You're a king. Go full Radovid, no GG. Right. Is he going to pass? Do-ba-do-ba-do. Do-do-do-do. Is it too early to Caranthea or not? I feel like we want to Boogie down. Bottom Rider Thunderbolt. So lame. It's a good opening, and you know, a lot of people have lacerate, so if you see it, you lacerate it immediately. Do you not like that? I mean, I thought it worked quite well. And obviously that might be, it's because it's a very common and strong tactic. I've lost a game due to that. Oh, that's nice. That's not bad. Raug in 2017. Oh, not bad. Not bad, my friend. Do I have to fight him in The Witcher 3? I think he's Witcher 2, is he not? Not sure. He's playing loads of golds. Playing loads of golds. 2017. We could Bekker's, but I think it's overkill right now. Let us enjoy the passage of time. Ran Warrior. Oh, 41. I think that's a bit optimistic. I think what's really, really, really good is that no one expects the Wyvern. Really, they don't. You know, you stick a Spanish Inquisition hat on him. No one expects monsters to do 4 wounding. And that's why I really like them, because no one expects it, and his RNG sucks. He ain't got any. But that's fine. We don't mind that. What deck is this? This is my Bekker's Twisted Mirror deck. Twisted Ran deck. Actually effective in some respects. Right. I thought I didn't have a second unit then. Okay, so I like that. And I like that. Anyone way to find out? Don't need that. Wyvern should be... yeah, but the thing is, you've got to consider that monster... What? What is this card, man? Never seen this. I think this is the first time I've ever seen an opponent play that. So it's worth 7, isn't it? Are you kind of saying that anything needs to... No. Just 5 wounding or 5 strength. It's just 5... If it's 5 strength, then it does 9 power. 9, you know... The thing is, monsters have never really been about wounding, have they? Bekker's Twisted Mirror now! Do it now! Steal his strength. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. Why is Vran so good? No one expects the Vranish Inquisition. That could go for Wyverns too. So the Vran is for troll value. Yeah, the Vran is in here because... You know, I don't know why he's in here. Northern Reynolds. Right, so we need to decide what unit we're going to let him keep and what unit we're not. Frightener. Could be alright to steal that. He's got some Alsos Thunders. Let's... Yeah, you could show us another deck. Wow. You saying that you don't like my deck? Or you've had enough of it? How dare you, sir? How many special cards have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would make Brightener 3, 6, 9, 12, 16. I'll manage it. The Frightener can't handle it. Look at these cards in order. Wall of Trump. That might be a bad idea. If, you know, Bekker's might become a piece of shit. Don't think it's a good idea with my mirror. I agree. But you know. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You used a caretaker on that. We're happy with that. We'll send out the drones.
Points for me.
Right, 7 strength is still the highest. So, oh, 11. 3, 6, but that will go down to 11, 10, 9, 8. 8 strength is still the highest, and it will be forever the highest. Worth doing damage to that? So, yeah, I'm hurting myself by doing that, so let's not do that. Oh, 17, 18, 19, 20 though, because I lacerated that. So, I am hurting my own strength, but with the extra damage I did to that one, it didn't make a difference. No, you don't want a unicorn
There'll
first,
be
do you?
nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Why did you want the unicorn? Ah! Nice one. Nice one, Bob. It seems like the same. I didn't see any advantage to unicorning first. But he had Commander's Horn. That is the way. That was a difference of, what was that? 38, was it?